Hey everyone, welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
My name is Mrinal, and welcome to our first episode in our off-season series here. So while games are not going on, we have other hockey topics that we don't get to in the regular season, and definitely not in the playoffs.
I feel like today's might still be a little bit relevant, right?
Yeah. You know, it is a little bit attached to the news.
Yeah.
But, most of these episodes in the off-season are just going to be kind of some fun stuff, related, hockey adjacent, I should say.
Yeah.
And just to be complete here, our posting schedule, we're going to be going to one episode a week through the off season here. So keep it subscribed, keep it tuned in. There will be content coming out just a little bit slower during
Episodes
the
might be a little bit longer, but we'll have it once a week and we'll do what we can. So
yeah, absolutely. So let's start off with today. Today we're talking jerseys.
Yeah.
And as we've said in a few episodes now, that Fanatics is taking over jersey manufacturing next year. Mm-hmm. So we wanted a quick ode to the Adidas era of NHL hockey jerseys.
Before we get into it, so far, we're recording this on Wednesday, July 10th, by the way, and they've released the Authentic Pro, I think it's called, of Fanatic, the Made in Canada, whatever it's called, for the draft and everything. And so far, so good.
Yeah,
I think they haven't changed really anything.
I mean, they look good.
Yeah.
They're just going to be expensive.
Yeah, I'm not buying those ones. I'm waiting to see
the next tier below.
Yeah, because I never bought a Made in Canada. That's a gateway drug I'm not trying to get into. So yeah. So I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic for Fanatics, but yeah, today is about Adidas for sure.
All right, so how are we doing this? Viddy has put together some categories for us, best and worst of different categories, and we're just going to go through them and talk jerseys for a bit here.
Yeah, this is purely opinion-based. If you have an opinion that you agree with or disagree with, go ahead and let us know. I mean, this is all subjective. This is why we have the off-season to talk about this, I guess.
Viddy's his opinion. Mine is straight fact.
Shut up, man. Oh man! All right, let's get this started. So we're gonna, as Mrinal said, we're gonna do best and worst for a lot of these. We're gonna start with home jerseys. So best home, worst home. Let's start with best.
All right, you want me to start?
Yeah.
Best home has to go to the Minnesota Wild home jersey.
Agreed.
That forest green with the middle stripe, the off-center red stripe. It just spoke to me.
Yeah.
And something I realized putting together the jerseys for today, I have a bit of a weak spot for center stripes.
Yeah.
So I tend to like the center stripe jerseys.
How do you feel about this one? And I think Florida has one as well where the stripe dies halfway through.
Well, we'll get to Florida.
Okay.
Don't spoil my future picks, man.
Wow. Okay.
It's on this list. The Florida jersey is on the list.
Okay, gotcha.
So we'll see where it comes up.
Gotcha.
But the Minnesota Wild home jersey, I think, beats all the other home jerseys for Adidas.
Yeah, agreed. Same as you said, it was time that they made the green, the forest green, their primary color, and to throw in a little bit of that off-white too was perfect. And in my opinion, it was a little bit too small, because on the red Reebok ones that used to be their home ones, it was the logo within a circle, and it was it's such a nice logo, and you made it so tiny on your jersey.
Oh,
I'm glad they made it huge, and it's really good with the prime green effect too, the 3D thing going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really nice.
Especially the Minnesota Wild logo has so many details in it.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So the bigger size really helps it.
Yeah, you can see it. It's literally just an art exhibit at this point. Yeah, looking at it, and you're like, wow. Yeah, best home, Minnesota Wild. Worst home, what's yours?
You want to go first on this one?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Nashville. You might have won the free agency, but your jerseys still suck. I'm sorry.
Is this just you don't like yellow?
It's just too much yellow, and compared to the Reebok era Nashville ones, they had the Reebok piping that went upwards. Yeah. At least there was some break in the yellow with the white and the navy blue at certain points, but this is just yellow or blue at the bottom maybe. So they should do a blue jersey. Why don't
they did one. It was super popular. The blue and white jersey.
Yeah, not Adidas though.
Not
right?
Adidas.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They haven't brought it back.
Yeah, Fanatics.
They really leaned into that yellow.
Yeah, it's too yellow. I'm sorry.
All right. Similar theme, but so remember when Vegas started, they had those slate gray jerseys, right?
Yeah.
Halfway through the Adidas era, they made the gold ones their home.
Yeah.
And that is my pick for worst.
Really?
The gold Vegas.
Gold ones?
I hate those gold ones.
Oh man, that is a hot take right there.
And I don't know if I hate them. I think I just loved the slate ones.
Okay, of their, what's it, 3 jerseys, 4 minus the reverse retros, of those 3, the gray one is the best, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But to say you hate the gold one?
Yeah, I really don't hate it. I have their white one, the away jersey, and the gold striping on that is the itchiest part of the jersey.
Okay.
I
don't
can't
know.
imagine wearing this gold one. It would suck so bad.
I mean, they won a cup in it, so
yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Great, I guess.
Yeah.
The players, it's fine. They got all the pads on and everything.
Yeah,
For me as a fan, I don't like the gold one. I prefer if they went back to the slate gray.
I wonder how the Fanatics one is, because it's like supposed to be like softer fabric.
I bet that
right?
one's just a shirt feel.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like that one's got to be like a little bit more comfortable. Wow, that's a hot take right there, but
really, I
Yeah.
don't think that was that hot, but all right, I guess so.
Yeah, people love that jersey, man.
Yeah.
Like, wow. All right, yellow and gold, terrible home jerseys. Moving on to away, best away jersey. You go first.
Well, you spoiled it earlier. Florida Panthers.
Oh, wow,
The white
okay.
jersey with the red center stripe. I love that jersey.
Solid take.
I really wanted one of these, but they're hard to find. The red ones are easy to find, but the white ones are hard.
I thought both would be hard to find.
Well,
this point.
this season, yes.
Okay.
But previous seasons, getting the red one was pretty easy.
Oh,
You
I see.
know, before they were Cup champs.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I was a cool Florida fan. No,
Yeah.
not really.
Yeah.
But the white ones I always thought were better than the red ones in this colorway. And I think this is the best away jersey.
Gotcha. Yeah. For me, this might be cheating because it is an 06 team. New York Rangers. It's so perfect, man. The Rangers away jersey is just because they got. I have a problem with away jerseys just being too minimalist, just plain. You know what I mean? Like just because it's a white jersey doesn't mean it has to be boring. You know,
Well,
like
the thing is, when you consider the jersey by itself, it ends up being a lot of white. But if you look at it when they wear the full kit, the color comes from the helmets and the shorts and everything, right?
But they also got the blue yoke and there's like white and red stripes
Yeah,
and
true.
so blue and red stripes with it. And you know, like it's all throughout the entire jersey. It's not just a big block of white. You know, you
I
got
also like
the word
that
mark.
New York outlines their numbers, so then you end up with more color in the numbers
exactly.
too.
It's stuff like that, like little details like that. And because the more I thought about it, I wanted to throw an honorable mention to Seattle. I think they kind of did a good job with their away jerseys, especially if you got numbers on them. You know, so yeah, but it's gonna go to New York for me.
All right.
Moving on to worst away.
This might be a little bit hot takey as well.
Okay.
But the San Jose Sharks, the first iteration of the Adidas away jerseys. So not the current set.
We'll throw a picture on because I don't know what.
It's this one.
Oh yeah, that one's bad.
You
That
know,
one's
so
really
not
bad.
the current set has the waist stripe. It's got the gray in it. Not that one.
I was like, that way is nice.
That one's nice.
Yeah.
The first iteration of the Adidas aways, where no waist stripe, only the armbands with the really thin orange stripe. It's such a boring jersey.
Yeah, it's boring as hell. Yeah. I'll agree with that. And literally just going off the same topic of plain white jerseys, Tampa Bay Lightning.
You've talked about this one a few times.
God, I hate that jersey.
Yeah,
I was
clip
like,
art jersey.
Yeah, thank God they had Stanley Cup patches and you know the whatever alternate captain patches and stuff like that to fill up that dead space, and they won cups in it because. God, that is such a horrible jersey. Like, oh man, like the blue one is at least it's blue. It's like kind of interesting to look at, but this one is just white. And going back to the Reebok era, they at least had, I think they had the word mark as well as the
Tampa
strings.
Bay
It said
over it.
Tampa Bay. Now it's just clip art and it's white.
Yeah.
You know, so
And
it's
they
just,
got rid of the lace neck.
yeah, exactly. So just worst of both worlds. This is a terrible, terrible jersey. You made this in 5 minutes for sure. Even the sleeve stripes are boring. They're just Detroit sleeve stripes. So
yeah,
terrible jersey.
it's a Detroit sleeve stripes with Toronto's colors.
Exactly. Super unoriginal. Yeah, terrible. All right. For the next two, actually, we're gonna talk reverse retros, and this includes both 1.0 and 2.0. Let's start with best. I'll go first. I'll throw an honorable mention to Washington 1.0, which is the red Screaming Eagle.
Yeah, people were waiting for that one to come back.
Insanely good jersey. But I think I have to give it to the Coyotes 1.0, the purple.
Oh, the purple peyote?
Space Coyote is that what it's called? Yeah, that one. Because
the just the head logo.
Yeah,
right.
Just the head. Yeah, perfect. Because like it's just you don't see stuff like that nowadays.
Mhm.
You just don't. Like it's going towards all the minimalist stuff and like seeing something that's so busy and purple. For some reason, I don't know why you don't see purple a lot in the NHL anymore. But
I don't know.
It's
You know,
just
the Kings had it for a while.
Yeah, but they phased it out. Like why?
Yeah.
As it cost of fabric is too much or something. I don't know.
We've had 3 new teams in the past like 6-ish years.
No purple.
No purple. Yeah.
I cannot fathom it, but that's why I'm going to give it to Arizona Coyotes 1.0. Just they nailed it right there, and should have copped one when I had the chance.
I think you are forgetting a very important jersey for reverse retros. That is the best one, and it's on the wall behind me.
Oh, that one?
The
I think you like that one a lot more than I do.
love.
I think
this
most
jersey.
people like that one more than
You
I do.
know, this is so clean. It's nostalgic with the Quebec Nordiques logo, but in the current colors. And honestly, the maroon burgundy avalanche color is pretty unique
Yeah.
in the NHL. It's just every time I look at this jersey, it soothes me.
Yeah.
So
It's like a Zen garden
Yeah.
for a jersey.
I love the Avalanche Reverse Retro.
Oh, quick side story related to that jersey. This was before I had any Avalanche jerseys at all in my collection. I went to a game like I can't remember, maybe it was December of last year, and I asked to borrow that jersey, and that's when after I bought my Avalanche jersey. I was just looking at retail value of any sort of like Avalanche jerseys. If I knew how much that one cost, I would not have asked to borrow it. Thank God I didn't get anything on it.
Lucky for me, I bought that one when Reverse Retro dropped. And I was like, that was the best one I saw in the designs. As soon as it dropped, I bought it.
Yeah.
So I got it at face value, but they are worth quite a bit now.
They're probably now they're probably worth 3 times whatever you paid, if not more.
They won a cup now, so.
Oh, yeah. 4 times possibly. Yeah. You know, I could see that. Yeah. So that is a good Reverse Retro. I'll give it to that. Worst Reverse Retro. I think this is a slam dunk, and this is a self roast. The Sharks 2.0. Garbage jersey.
I was going to say honorable mention to that one. I think I have one that's worse.
Oh.
But honorable mention, that's the second worst in my opinion.
Okay. All right. What's yours?
My worst one is the Detroit 1.0.
That one's really bad.
What is this?
Oh, that one's lazy. Okay. You know what? The reason that's not top of the list for me is because it looks decent when you have numbers on it because they're red and like it fills up a lot of the space.
Okay, but the front is still...
It's still lazy as hell though.
It's white and gray and you just slap the Detroit logo on it.
It's a practice jersey.
Come on, Detroit.
Yeah, yeah, that is not good. But yeah, I'm still going to give it to the Sharks 2.0. That's got to be the worst jersey in franchise history.
Those two are easily the worst reverse retros.
Yeah. I did have an honorable mention of the Islanders one, but like I think of the first one where they just flipped the orange and the white on the stripes.
Yeah. It was lazy in the sense of what a reverse retro is, but it itself is not a bad jersey.
And you also can't blame the Islanders designers when Lou Lamoriello was at the head. I was like, I'm sure he had something to do with that. Like where he's like,
well, they fixed it with 2.0 and they got the fisherman
exactly.
back.
That's why I'm like, that was probably just a Lou decision right there. So I'm not going to shit on that one too hard. But yeah, Detroit one bad, Sharks 2.0 really bad. So all right. Moving on to best winter classic.
Before you move on, actually, I think reverse retro is going to define the Adidas era of NHL jerseys.
What do you mean?
It was the most unique thing they did. You know, they brought reverse retros in. It didn't exist before Reebok. Mm-hmm. And when I think back on Adidas, I think reverse retro will be one of those defining factors of jersey lore, right? Of when they came. Like for Reebok, it was, do you remember the Reebok starter collab jerseys, the starter fashion jerseys?
Yeah.
So I think that defined Reebok, as well as the black alternates.
Yeah.
There was a while
I do remember
where
those,
every team had a black alternate.
Yeah. Some of those were trash, but some of those were really sick. So
yeah. So I think those two define Reebok. For Adidas, I think it's going to be the two reverse retro releases.
Yeah. I honestly, I could see that. Like, because especially with the whole nostalgic, I mean, we were literally just talking before this episode started about how everything seems to be going back towards the 90s trend and stuff. Yeah. And, you know, like during the pandemic, people wanted like familiarity and comfort and stuff like that. And I think the reverse retro was a perfect response to that. So.
Yeah, they really hit the timing right on the mark with reverse retro.
Yeah, they really did it right. Moving on though to the Winter Classics, best Winter Classic. You go first, actually.
I picked 2020 Dallas Stars, the cowboy jersey.
Okay.
You know, the big D.
That's the one where Corey Perry.
Yeah, Corey Perry had the walk of shame. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You know, I think this really fit the mold of Winter Classic. You know, we've seen the Winter Classic pick 06 teams like so many times.
Yeah,
like
it's annoying.
Blackhawks, Bruins, you know. So Dallas, I think, was a fresh pick.
Yeah.
And they really bought into that classic feel, right? It felt classic, but it didn't feel stale.
Right. Okay.
So that's why I really like this jersey. I didn't get one ultimately. I was considering it, but I do like that Dallas Stars jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. It does feel different, but like classic at the same time. Speaking of not original 6 teams in the Winter Classic, my pick, Seattle Kraken this year. I was really, really on the fence about getting it, and I still think it is a fantastic looking jersey. I just don't think it would look good on me personally.
The thick stripes?
Yeah, the thick stripe. And like, I love the way the logo pops out with the red. And I wasn't too sure about it says Kraken, I guess. Like
through the S.
Yeah, like I think that's meant to be like the Metropolitans, maybe?
It's a throwback to the Metropolitans logo, which was an S that said Metropolitans.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Like great callback. But yeah, really, really good looking jersey. I just don't think it will look good on me, and I don't buy jerseys that I don't wear. So I had to let it go. But man, it's still my favorite Winter Classic jersey from the Adidas era for sure.
Yeah. Again, unique opponent.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're learning. NHL, pick some new teams for the Winter Classic.
Yeah. And even though it didn't stream well, I think it's good for the game. It's good for the new fan bases too.
Or take my idea. Winter Classic every year should be a cup rematch. I've said it before in the show.
Yeah.
But
I'll subscribe to that.
Would you not watch a Panthers Oilers Winter Classic this year?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think anyone wants to see like either Florida team or Nashville. Well, I guess Nashville was in it, but either Florida team in a Winter Classic would be great.
Yeah, and you don't have to host it in Florida.
Yeah.
Host it in,
Edmonton. I don't know.
Yeah, host it.
That might be hell.
Or host it in a non-NHL city if you want. Neutral ground.
I guess, yeah. That might make more sense. Listen, the same way the Super Bowl does it, right? Like,
yeah, but they host it in someone's city, so you could end up, but yeah, you could host it anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Or make it like Toronto every year.
Yeah.
That's the hometown of the NHL, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be cool. I really like that idea for sure. Let's move on to the worst Winter Classic. You go first.
So, worst Winter Classic, 2020 Nashville Predators.
Their opponent?
Their opponent, the Dallas Stars' opponent.
Oh, no.
This was the jersey that had the thick yellow stripe in the middle and said Nashville Predators in the script text.
Yeah.
It's lazy. It's boring. You could have done so much more. Nashville has so many cool motifs.
Yeah.
With the saber-toothed tiger and all. They didn't use any of them. And also, we'll throw up a picture on for people, but the P in Predators touches the bottom stripe.
Oh, my God. I wish you didn't point that out.
Someone pointed it out to me, and it ruins the jersey, doesn't it?
Oh, my God.
You couldn't even design the proportions properly.
You ruined. I mean, I didn't like this jersey, but you
like
killed it for
right?
me.
Yeah, this easily becomes the worst once you notice it.
Oh, God.
So Nashville, sorry, but took an L on that one.
Oh, man. I don't see really a lot of Nashville fans themselves wearing that one.
Yeah, it was not a good jersey.
It was not a good jersey. Fair enough. For me, this is already going to get me flamed in the comments. But I'm going to say worst one was the Boston Bruins 2019.
Is that the brownish one?
It was no. They were wearing the away whites.
Oh yeah.
There's a picture on the screen right now. But the reason I hate it so much is there's a lot of like fat, like I think it's brown and yellow alternating stripes only on the arms throughout the entire arm.
I remember this.
There's also a yoke and a tail thing going on at the bottom. So you just have a giant white box with the B logo in it.
Yeah.
And honest to God, if you wore this to an ugly sweater party, non-hockey fans would be like, that's a pretty ugly ass sweater.
It's a Dwight Schrute level sweater.
It is a Dwight Schrute sweater. That is a perfect description of that jersey. That is the worst Winter Classic Adidas jersey ever. It's not the worst Winter Classic jersey ever, but it is the worst Adidas one for sure. I'm sorry. Like I know people love that jersey and like go out of their way to get it, but I think it's hideous.
I think it's because it's an 06 team and it's their OG colors.
That's such a cop-out answer. It's an 06 team. Like, guys, if the Bruins made their logo today, everyone would shit on it. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. It wasn't a great jersey.
It was not a good jersey, yeah. Moving on to best stadium series. So, other part of the outdoor game, just, not always in a traditional cold area. So, you want me to go first or you go first?
You can go ahead. I gone first the last few.
Okay. So honorable mention, I do have this jersey and I'm a really big fan of it, is the Capitals from 2023, which is the giant Weagle jersey in white.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. I wasn't thrilled about it at first. I was like, damn, that's a big ass eagle. But now I'm like, damn, that is a big ass eagle. And that's why I got it. And
it's unique for sure.
It is unique. And like when you look at it, you're like, that's very American, but also very cool,
But it's the Washington Capitals. They're in DC.
It just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I got an Ovechkin version of that. I don't think he ever wore it, but
he didn't play that game, did he?
No, I think he had like some family issues or something. I think he was in Russia at the time. But either way, big fan of that jersey. But I'll give the best to a pretty much impossible to get jersey. It's the Devils from this year.
Oh, that one sold so quickly.
Dude, Adidas really boofed the amount of money they could have made if they made more of that.
Yeah. You could probably still get one of those Flyers ones, though.
Yeah.
They really did not
predict. You could definitely get the Isles one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
But they really did not predict demand on that one very well.
No, and that one I would have loved to get my hands on one of those because something about, don't get me wrong, I think their current home jerseys are nice. But something about them getting rid of the white just looks so aggressive and badass. Mm-hmm. It just looks. I would have loved to have gotten a Timo Meyer one of that. But Yeah, Adidas fucked that one up. So
Yep.
yeah,
Oh well.
yeah, really, really big fan of that.
All right. For me, 2019 Toronto Maple Leafs, the all white Toronto jersey.
That's where the whole kit was pretty much white,
The
right?
whole kit was white.
Yeah.
But wasn't a fan of the whole white kit. I think they could have used blue pants.
Okay.
It would have looked better.
Mhm.
But the jersey is nice.
The jersey is nice. Yeah.
Jersey is crisp. It's got the 2 middle stripes. And like we said, I got a soft spot for middle stripes.
Yeah.
And a detail I just noticed while doing research for this. So typically the inside collar of the Toronto jersey says honor, pride, courage.
Yeah.
On this one, it says ready, I ready, which is because it was inspired by the Navy.
Yeah.
Because I think they were playing in a Navy stadium, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But honor, pride, courage is embossed on the sleeve.
Is it?
Yeah, look at this.
Oh,
You can
wow.
see it in the photo.
Oh, that's
Just a
sweet.
detail
yeah.
I found today while doing research for this
wow.
episode.
That is really
So
cool.
I really like the details on this jersey. It is crisp with the all white. I wish they had something like this for their away jersey.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is nice.
What I noticed about this one too is I think this is the only white Leafs jersey in the Adidas era where the leaf itself is also white.
Correct.
Like,
That's why
it's
they
white
call
on
it
white.
the all white.
Oh,
Right?
okay, got it.
Because otherwise it's usually the blue leaf on the white jersey or
Yeah.
the white leaf on the blue jersey.
I like the white leaf on the white jersey a lot more with the
Yeah.
outline, dark outline. It
looks
really
nice.
pops. Yeah, they should have kept that for their away jerseys as well. Yeah, that's a very solid choice. Where's Stadium Series is it looks like we both got them pulled up. The Islanders from this.
Oh yeah,
God,
absolutely lazy,
trash. Yeah,
terrible. Why does it say Isles?
yeah.
If you
Isles is not even a good nickname.
I know.
Yeah.
If you change nothing about this jersey, but you use the regular Islanders logo, already better.
Or at least say Islanders.
No, but then you're the Nashville jersey.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. Actually, those are very similar jerseys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just has the team name and a thick
They
stripe.
made one called Smashville with the guitar pick that was also navy blue in the
That was my second worst.
honorable mention.
I was
Yeah.
about to pick that, but then I remembered this
Actually,
one.
you know what? That's my honorable mention too. I just realized I wrote that.
Smashville one?
Smashville, yeah.
Why does it say Smashville?
Yeah.
Just write Nashville. Leave the nicknames for the Insta hashtags.
Yeah, I think the only reason I didn't put that one at the top is because the guitar pick in the center was
The
kind of
guitar
nice.
pick was cool.
That was a cool
Yeah.
like little touch. But yeah, you made this in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like even if you use that NY hockey stick logo that people don't like,
yeah.
that would have been better.
Yeah, their alternate was cool. I mean, they're canning it after this year, but
Yeah.
their alternate was cool. But this is just, there's no way they spent
This
more
is
than 10
word
minutes.
art.
Yeah, they spent this 10 minutes on this for sure. Yeah, not a good jersey. Most underrated jersey, and so what I should say for underrated jersey, that means jersey that you like that the majority of people did not like. So I mean that could be anything, but you go first actually.
So I don't know if this jersey is really considered underrated in the classical sense, but I think it gets underloved because it is compared to the alternate. And
Okay.
I'm talking about the Arizona Coyotes home Howling Coyote jersey.
Yeah,
I think because people love the Kachina so much,
Mhm.
they don't realize how good the Howling Coyote jersey is.
yeah.
You know, that logo, for one thing, it's freaking massive. They slap a big logo on that jersey.
Even the first year ones with the tiny like the kids logo or something.
Yeah, that was only for size 46, where they used the kids logo.
Okay.
But so if you got a size, if you weren't a small boy like me, and you got a regular size, it had the big ass logo.
Oh wow.
All right.
It's probably
And-
heavy, right? Like
Yeah, it is. And you can't fold it.
oh shit. Wow.
But it's nice. It looks good. It pops. And I love the sleeve coloring.
Yeah.
You know, with the block sleeve and how the white like mixes into the maroon burgundy color.
Yeah.
You know, I love it's clean, it's classic, it's got the laces.
Yeah.
I think this is a winner. And I think it's underrated just because it gets compared to the Kachina.
Yeah. I completely agree with all of that. I would have loved to add the away version of this one into my collection, but man, it's so hard to find it because the Kachina it took over more or less, right?
So you can only find Kachinas now.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I completely agree with you. I like the Howling Head a little bit more. For me, this is definitely a hot take, but I love the Winnipeg Jets Aviator jersey, like the word Mark one. It was like baby blue.
Yeah, I remember you really liked that one.
I really like that, and honestly, that's my favorite Winnipeg Jets jersey ever.
Oh, really?
Ever, yeah.
Wow.
And if you look, a little detail I noticed because of Reddit, I think it's like the T or the S or something in the word mark. It's the side of an airplane. which is kind of nice. A nice little touch too. I mean, I think the font is just really like beautiful too, and baby blue is not used enough. And it's very contrasty, which I really like too.
The color was nice. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and it just popped so well, and especially if you got numbers in a kit on the back, even better. But this jersey got so much hate, and which is fine because you can find it for cheap on eBay. So, I absolutely love this jersey. Big fan. Moving on to most overrated jersey, basically the exact opposite. It's a jersey that majority people liked that you didn't like. You were just like, why do people like this? You go first.
For me, it's the Anaheim Ducks 25th anniversary jersey.
Which one's that?
The black one with the teal yoke and the teal diagonal stripes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
This was like
jersey.
very early Adidas.
Yeah.
And people loved this jersey.
Did they? I didn't realize that.
Because it had the Mighty Ducks logo and they hadn't brought it back yet. That one didn't exist yet.
I thought that was a Reebok alternate at some point.
It was a Reebok Stadium Series, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it was only there for a year.
Okay, gotcha.
So that one hadn't come back fully yet. Mm-hmm. So people were desperate for Mighty Ducks, and they loved this jersey. Mm-hmm. But in design-wise, this is a clusterfuck of a jersey.
Why? Really? Why?
Look, the spacing is all off. The logo is too small. You have both that logo and the webbed foot logo on the shoulder pads, and it doesn't contrast very well, or it contrasts a lot. This original jersey was in the jade color, but they did it in the black and then kept the teal. It kind of looks like a Sharks jersey.
But they also kept the plum, I see, at the top.
Yeah, they have the little crest is encased in a little bit of plum, which barely helps, right? They did way too much with this jersey. And just because it has the Mighty Ducks logo, people loved it. I think it's a clusterfuck design-wise. If you had simple details, like got rid of the webbed foot, and you got rid of the yoke, would have already made it nicer.
Dude, the Fanatics released the rebranded Ducks jerseys, and the white would have been so nice if they didn't put the yoke on it.
Yeah.
Why is there so much orange in the kit, by the way?
They really lean into the orange.
But like, they look like traffic cones now.
Yeah.
Like, unintentionally. Either way, I could see what you're coming from.
Because all the players are pylons. Hey!
Oh, man. All right. Before this turns into a duck slander episode, my most overrated jersey, I think you kind of already touched on it. I think the Coyotes Kachina was...
Oh, really? Most overrated?
Yeah. It's cool. The logo, I like the design, the striping and everything, but I wish they just used like the head of the coyote. The whole like them holding the stick or whatever was just very corny to me. Like should have left it in the past type of deal.
Like when that was their OG logo, right?
Yeah, and it shows. It looks like an old logo, and it just doesn't work. Like, and that's why I like the Space Coyote one a little bit better too. Yeah, it had wheels. It's just the execution was not there, and for some reason, everyone just loses their shit over it. If someone could explain to me why, that would be great.
It's an all right jersey. I wouldn't put it as most overrated, but I get what you're coming from.
I don't know. I never felt the need to be like, oh, I need that in my collection. No, not really. Yeah. So, all right. So we got two from the past. This is going to be a best and worst as well. Best redesign, and when I say redesign, I mean from the Reebok era, because as we saw when Adidas took over in 2017. Some teams just straight up, ditched the old designs, or there was a logo change at some point in the Adidas era, or just whatever design change in the Adidas era, and it just like completely revamped or ruined the jersey. So we have a best and worst, and you go first. What's your best?
My best one is I'm bringing back the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh wow! Okay,
the Reebok one, if you remember, had that weird piping down the sides. It had like weird mismatch of colors.
Yeah.
I think when they finally ended this year on their regular home jerseys, it was a much, much cleaner look.
Yeah, I agree.
So they got rid of that weird piping. They have the yoke going down the sleeves now, which is nice.
They got like the mountain thing going on.
Yeah, it really fits with the Avalanche branding.
Yeah.
And I think, that old piping jersey really needed a refresh.
Yeah.
In 2016, it was looking quite dated.
Yeah.
So I think the new set, just looking at the homes and aways, the new kit is much better.
Yeah, I completely agree. The honorable mention for me was Colorado. Those Reebok jerseys, excluding the Stadium Series, the alternate, and maybe the Blueberries, I would say.
Yeah, we're just talking about home and aways, right?
Yeah. So like excluding those three, the Reebok Colorado jerseys were not it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This was much needed. But for me, I'm gonna have to give it to Minnesota, because those red ones that I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Tough.
I didn't want to do Minnesota twice, but I could have.
Those were a tough look. Yeah, I can't believe those were around for so long. And now they have the best home jersey in the league, in my opinion. So,
also,
our opinion.
Honorable mention to the Buffalo Sabres for getting out of that navy mustard colorway
God.
and getting to the royal blue now.
Yeah, I forgot that even existed.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad look.
It was a very faded look.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know what they were doing. I still think they should go back to the go ahead full time, but it's a tough look.
Yeah.
All right, worst redesign from Reebok era. I'll give. I have 2 honorable mentions. One, Nashville. I think I already touched on that. The piping actually worked better for that jersey,
just because it was less yellow.
Yeah, and 2, Ottawa, because you went from one of the hardest logos in the league to whatever the hell they have now.
See, I don't agree with this take. You know, you really like the 3D head for Ottawa.
It's so good.
I think that the new one looks cleaner.
No, I could not. Ottawa had, if they put the old logo on the current like striped jerseys right now, immediate buy. Oh my god, I love that logo.
Do you
so
like
much.
The O logo?
No, because somebody said that's the amount of cups they have. And it just permanently ruined the jersey for me after that.
That's
brutal.
But
otherwise, yes.
That's brutal.
Yeah, otherwise I would have liked it. But my worst redesign was the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, getting
wow, you really hate that one.
Yeah, getting rid of the strings is just he just really ruined that jersey. Like even if you weren't like if you were a Lightning fan, you were like, okay, fine. The Reebok one is okay. But I'm still going to get one. It's still kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Now it's just like, I just look at it just like, this is horrible. This is lazy. Yeah, that's my worst redesign for sure.
For me, it's the Carolina Hurricanes away jersey.
Oh, the
Canes wordmark jersey.
Yeah, that's a good honorable mention for me too, actually. That's a terrible jersey. I'm sorry.
Why'd you get rid of the logo? I liked the logo.
Also, every time I look at it, I just immediately think of fried chicken.
Oh, because it looks like Raising Cane's.
It's the same colors too. Same exact colors.
I know. I get everyone's super hyped about the Hurricane flag logo.
Yeah.
Which it's cool.
I like that one a lot.
But, their OG logo is pretty good too. Mm-hmm. I like the puck and the storm logo.
Yeah. It's a puck.
Yeah, it's a puck and a hurricane.
I just thought it was just the eye of the storm or something.
No, it's a puck and a hurricane.
Wow, okay, that's smart.
Yeah. That's so, I really like that logo. And the fact that it's not on your away jersey is kind of weird.
Yeah. I think it used to be at the start of the Adidas era.
Yeah,
and then the owner was like,
yeah.
No, screw this. But you could have done better than Canes.
Yeah, this is kind of, you have to rush it.
This is given like Sens, Bolts, Smashville vibes, you know what I mean? But even worse, I do think this would be a very good selling jersey if they put the flag or the original logo.
Well, the flag is on the shoulder, but they don't have the OG
on the
logo.
Front, I'm saying, like front with the white. I was kind of hoping that Adidas would take that over, but, if the owner says no, then you kind of shit out of luck.
I would have liked an away that has their logo on it. I feel like your home and the away should have your logo on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything else weird for your alternates.
Yeah.
Canes, unless you're the Rangers, you get a pass.
Yeah, but Canes is not it. Unless you're really into chicken, I guess. But,
that too, it says Canes and not Hurricanes.
Yeah, at least write Hurricanes. I would have given it a little bit more of a pass if it said that. So
yeah, well,
yeah. All right, that is the 14 questions that we got. Hope you enjoyed this episode and leave your thoughts on the Adidas era. I'm gonna miss it. I don't know about you, but I love the prime green jerseys the most. Definitely gonna miss that era, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
I think it was some nice jerseys, but we'll see what Fanatics comes up with and what other else comes along. We're apprehensive, but so far, like you said, the ones they've released so far have looked okay.
Yeah, cautiously optimistic.
So we'll see. If you like this episode, hit a like on it. Hit subscribe if you want more episodes. We'll be doing stuff like this all through the off season. So come along, follow along, and then we'll build it up to the next season at the end of the summer. All right?
Yep.
So see you next episode.
Bye.